What about the beads that you are wearing on your head? Don't you think it's demonic?
No, being black is demonic, let me tell you. You can see in the Bibles of old, there was a black Satan and there was a white holy Jesus.
Our discourse today is cosmological argument. We want to know if God exists or not. We also dive into other subjects in the Bible. And in the studio today, I'm with Blondie Gerald Machen, well-known musician who has worked with so many bands and musicians in this country and has traveled extensively. Mr. Machen, would you please greet our viewers at home?
Ashe Wakhulu Dumelang, greetings everywhere you are. Welcome to the show.
Well, my first question, can you give us a personal life narrative about your journey through life? Who are you? And where do you want to go?
I was born of 5 children. I was one of the, in fact, the last of my father and mother's 5 children. It was Pam, Phyllis, Clifford, Papa, and myself.
And you are the last born?
I'm the last born of my mother's children. My father's got more other children.
Okay.
Yes. And I was born in a very musical family. My father was always whistling. If he's not singing, he was an opera singer.
Wow.
My dad. He was a very good singer. Hakibonabo Pavarotti. I think of him. I think he just came at a time that was not suitable for his art. Yes, there was no support for his art. But, you know, Kasi, they always support each other.
Yeah.
There's always choirs and everything.
Yeah.
And he joined one of those choirs, JJ Mazibungu,
Okay.
Go White City Jabavu. And they were so hot. When I say my record was the first to go, what do they say, to be played on black and white radio stations.
Yeah.
He was the first in my family to perform to a strictly white audience with a white orchestra.
You're talking about your dad?
That's my dad.
Okay.
He performed with a white orchestra, him and his choir, in the days of apartheid. He was really super. And we grew up, his children, and I think we followed there.
Okay.
My elder sisters, both Pam,
Pam.
they started singing with the elite swing stars.
Wow.
Yes, and many others. Bo Prabapsi, I know them when I was little. You know, when there's girls in the house, all the boys want to come to that house. Yeah. So Bo Prabapsi, they all saw these beautiful chicks. Yes.
Okay.
And they came to our house.
Okay, then where do you want to go?
I want to go where I must go, where my talent will lead me.
Okay.
Yes, I am a producer, a songwriter. So I may not be the next star, but I can produce the next star. I may not sing the next hit, but someone will sing my song that I have written.
Yeah. You have been in this music industry for many years.
Yeah, just about 55 years.
When did you start playing?
I started When I was 12 years old, I joined a group on a lady called the Movers. I mean the TNTs.
The TNT.
The TNT.
Okay.
Yeah. Bosoli Rametsi
Yeah.
and all those guys.
So, Soli Rametsi, but you also worked with the Movers. Are you talking about
After the TNTs.
After
I joined
TNTs,
the Movers,
you
yes.
joined the Movers. Do you still remember people that you worked with in the Movers?
Yes,
Sanki Tswenyane,
Sam Tabo.
Sam Tabo. What was
Roman Hlongwane.
What was Roman playing? Which instrument did he play? Roman. Sanki was a keyboard player.
He was a keyboard player.
Yeah,
Sanki
and-
was a keyboard player. Norman was the bassist.
Okay.
And then his brother, Opa Hlongwane, was the guitarist.
How old were you when you joined the Movers?
When I joined the Movers, I was about 14.
14 years?
Yes, I was 14 years old.
And not at school?
No, I wasn't at school. I refused to go to school because my mother didn't want me to join a band. So I dumped school.
School.
Yeah,
But-
Gila Malunde.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can imagine Gila Malunde, Kirobala Kamuhara dustbin.
Yeah.
I mean, box ya mashala.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mukasi, Markirki Gila Malunde. Akirobali kuntlum, but I sleep in the dust.
But you went back to school. They made sure that you go back to school.
I made sure I
Yeah,
went back to school
yeah.
after all the Movers and everything. I decided I was going to have a record company, so I got to know what's going on.
Black Hawks. I want us to talk about the bands of the old. Do you remember the Black Hawks?
The Black Hawks. I remember this girl, Onabina Lebona. Kanakimang. She used to sing a Wilson Pickett number.
Yeah. But Black Hawks were in Rockville.
Wayne Rockville.
Yeah. And Charlie, you remember Charlie, the keyboard player, who has played with Steamella?
Steamella,
He used to
eventually.
play with the Black Hawks.
Yes.
He was a keyboard player there,
Yes,
right?
of course.
Of Black Hawks. There was a man called David Tanzani.
Yes, David Kananaza Nabina.
Yeah, David Tanzani was a musician. He was a vocalist. We used to call him vocalist.
Davo.
Yeah.
He was good.
He was very good, isn't he?
We
Yeah,
had
he was very
great singers and artists in that time.
Yeah. What about the Beaters?
The Beaters, yes, both Selbin Tuli.
Selbin Tule and Hostix.
Hot Sticks.
Who was the founder of the Beaters? Was it Selby?
I think it was Selby.
Selby.
Yeah, I think it was Selby.
And this Harare thing, where did it come from?
Harare, they went to Zimbabwe.
Okay.
And that's a very dangerous place for political hits.
Okay.
When they got there, 3 months later, they decided, Gutiazi, this Beaters doesn't work.
Yeah.
We got to have a real conscious name. And they chose Harare.
They chose Harare.
They chose a name.
At that time, did we have the Flaming Souls? You remember?
Oh
the Flaming
yeah,
Souls?
the Flaming Souls had been there.
Had been there
Had been there probably before the Beaters.
before the Beaters. okay.
Yes, the Flaming Souls with Philip Malela.
Philip Mallet. What about the Anchors?
The Anchors, yes, my sister Pam, my elder sister,
Okay.
she sang with the
With the Anchors?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So, Peter, I mean, you're talking about Philip Malela. Was Philip Malela with the Anchors?
With
or
the Flaming Souls.
Flaming Souls.
And there was this little boy
On
who,
the keyboard?
yeah, Gerard.
Gerald was on the drums.
Was he on the drums?
He was the drummer sometimes.
I remember him
No,
playing
the
keyboards.
Okay.
I remember him
Gerald.
playing
yeah.
keyboards. Gerald.
Philip Malela was a
He was a
vocalist.
singer. That was James Brown of South
James
Africa.
Brown of South Africa.
Yes.
Do you think he has influenced a lot of people?
Philip influenced us who were there to watch him sing.
Okay.
Bo Vusi Shange.
Yeah.
Vusi Shange, his whole act
Yeah.
was Philip Malela. And Philip Malela was James Brown.
Okay. What about the sounds? Do you remember the
The
sounds?
sounds, Bo Jaws, ne?
Yeah.
Bo Jaws.
I think our viewers are very amazed. Why am I talking about musicians and things? How do I know all those names of the musicians and all the names?
Well, you were there, doctor. The doctor was there. He was hanging out with his bands as they started. The doctor even started a band, you know. So, in fact, not a band, he started two bands.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were there, and hence you.
The sounds.
Sounds.
Yeah. You
Sounds.
sing
Bushi.
Bushi.
What's about Bushi,
Yeah,
guy?
Bushi, the keyboard player.
Yeah.
Was Bushi a very good keyboard player?
He was most amazing. He is the one keyboard player I take off my head.
Yo.
He the left hand never knew what the right hand is doing.
Wow.
He could play different melodies with the left hand and different melodies with the right hand.
I can't believe that.
He was absolutely amazing.
And then what about Sam Klaas?
Sam Klaas is the guy I went to fetch to join the Movers when I started.
Sam used to play guitar.
Yes, when I started the Dudes,
Okay. The Big Tooth?
the Big Dudes, yes.
Okay.
He was one of the first people I went to fetch.
You started the Big Tooth?
Yes.
Brenda Fassie used to sing with the Big Tooth.
I started the Big Dudes. I went to fetch Brenda Fassie to come and join the Big Dudes.
Wow.
Yes. We
So-
needed a singer. We had a space about 30 minutes in the show.
Okay.
And we needed someone to fill it. And then
So you had Sam
Sam
and
Dumisani.
Dumisani. But Sam used to be with the
Fez.
sounds, right? Sam was
with the sounds at one time.
at that time.
Yeah.
And then there was Jaws also there.
Yes.
And there was Bushi and Kali.
And Carlton the drummer.
Carlton, okay,
Yes.
the drummer.
Yes.
Okay. Which band was the best for you? If I may to ask you a question, I say, which band was the best for you? And who was the best keyboard player?
I can't say which band was the best because we were competing.
We were competing.
All of us were competing. Every weekend we used to meet at Bomufulo Hall and have
Agulalwa.
a gig. Agulalwa.
Agulalwa.
And have gigs.
You've
there.
been there?
Yes,
Agulalwa, Mfulo Hall.
Agulalwa, yes.
Okay.
When people used to march around the hall like this as
Yeah.
we were playing.
Okay.
Yes, we were there. I was one of the musicians there. At one point I was playing drums
Yeah.
because I couldn't let Gerald Khoza beat me on the drums and the keyboard.
Oh.
So I learned to play drums.
There was a time when SABC appointed you to do Mino Appeal,
Nino Appeal, the gospel
Yeah,
show, yes.
the gospel show.
Yes.
And you also acted a movie as Jesus.
Yes, the only and the first and
What
the
was it
last movie where a black person was Jesus. It
Okay.
was called The Master's Plan.
Master's Plan.
Yes.
So you have acted the part of Jesus, you had, like Jesus in that movie.
Yes.
Okay.
I remember the Buddha was saying, "Aye, you can't have a black man. We know God is gonna be the son, but who's gonna be Jesus?" And the director told him Blondie, and his brother is gonna be the devil. Papa.
You don't want Papa to hear that.
He knows. He was the devil. He was the devil. He was the red little thing with a long tail chasing after things.
We are going to talk about you and Papa. Next time when we have our show, I'm going to bring Papa here and then we have to talk about. So you have acted Jesus, and now the question will be, do you believe in God or you believe in both God and the ancestors?
I have been a Christian. I have been a Christian, and it was a super journey. I loved it. However, I am not a believer right now.
Okay.
It's either you know it or you don't know it.
Yeah.
I'm not a believer. The word believe does not give me a full sense of what's going on.
Yeah.
If you believe that Dr. Pume is coming,
Yeah.
Dr. Pume could be sitting at the tavern having a drink
Yeah.
and not coming.
And not coming.
So you believe he's coming. I do not believe. I believe Guti, if a soccer team has to win,
Yeah.
it has to gym, it has to have all the ideas of winning and do the right thing. So I don't believe. It's either I know. You got to know.
Oh, you
For
know.
instance, God.
Yeah.
God, look at me.
I'm looking at you.
God created me in his image and likeness, says the Bible.
Yeah.
Besides the Bible, I am full proof of the existence of my ancestors.
Yeah.
If they didn't exist, I would not exist. So I do not believe in my ancestors. I know because I am proof of their existence.
Gerald, remember that I'm asking these questions on behalf of viewers, and these are questions that people don't get a chance of asking, and it's for this reason that I'm playing a catalytical role in asking questions on their behalf. And those questions are not just it's me or personal, but I'm asking on behalf of the people out there. So Do you believe in ancestors?
I do. As I said, I do not believe.
You know.
I am the living example of my ancestors.
Yeah, what you're saying is that you don't have to believe that there's a microphone in front of you.
It's here.
You can see it. Okay.
It's right here.
Okay. So, you were a Christian before,
Yes.
and then you changed? Why?
One, you grow up, you realize that there are truths which were there before 1611, before the Bible was published.
Yeah.
There was Atum Ra, the Egyptian god,
Yeah.
and we take him back to 3,500 years before Christ, Anno Domini.
Yeah.
That's his existence.
Yeah.
We call him Atum, which is another scientific realization, because an atom is the beginning of everything.
Okay.
That's why our God is called Atum Ra,
Okay.
the sun god.
Oh, yeah, the sun god, Ra. Ra, that's the sun god.
And in Botswana, we are the only people that still say Ra.
Ra, okay. Le bitsa ra Ra. But o bitsa motho wa monna fela Ra.
Ra, yeah.
Okay. So, you used to be a Christian, right? And now you moved from Christianity to what?
Where can you move to? You move to the truth that the Bible was a book that was set up for the oppressed,
Okay.
so that you can control them
Yeah.
in their spirituality. You must understand that the Bible, there's a lot of things that really that resonate with us.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things that are African in there,
Yeah.
that they have claimed for themselves and are now giving us back our religion.
Okay.
We are very religious people. We've got full insight.
So, if I were to put images or 5 gods here, images of 5 gods, and one god is God of the sun, and the other one is God of the air, and you have the third one is a god of music, is a musician, and the other one is God of death,
Yes.
and the last one is a primordial god who's God of fire. Which god would you choose?
I don't have to choose a God.
Okay.
I am not Christian, so I don't have to sing this song, which is Baningi Abotiko. There are many gods,
Yeah.
but Jesus is the only God.
Yeah.
I do not have to choose amongst many gods.
Yeah.
Christians can choose among the gods, because Christians have Kurk Bible, they have ignored it.
Yeah.
The Bible tells you do not pray to foreign gods.
Okay.
And we went to choose this white pretty boy with blue eyes and golden hair and made him our God.
Okay.
The same God who sent his children to come and oppress us and take out our manhood and our womanhood and our childhood. The white man represents that picture.
Okay. So, which god is yours?
Atum Ra, God of all.
Of
You
all?
must know of
not,
all.
Not Ra means sun, the god of the sun.
God of the sun. Yes, he's a sun god.
He's a sun
He's
god.
Atum. He's God of everything. You must understand, Kuti, when Africa was still putting their heads together,
Yeah.
there was a time when Maswafe,
Yeah. People with albinism.
albinism,
Yeah.
when they used to be anathema in our villages.
Yeah.
So there was times when the village would actually throw them in the jungle.
All right.
And there was a woman in the jungle who took all these albino children.
Yeah.
And I think at the end she moved up northward
With them. And they-
to Europe
And they became white.
for a better, because Europe is better for their
the
skin.
skin, yeah.
Yes. And then they grew hair because of the weather in their noses and everywhere else, so that they can prevent the cold air from coming in. So nature made them like that. The Chinese, take your Bushman, the Khoisan.
Yeah.
The Khoisan and the Chinese, when I look at Chinese on television today,
Yes,
I
of
see
course.
Khoisans all the time. So we gave the world all its people. Atum Ra, the beginning of everything. You must know Atum means atom.
Yeah, you told me atom,
Yes, sir.
not molecule.
No.
Yeah, not nuclear.
No.
Okay. So, are you still a musician?
I am a musician and always will be a musician.
And always be a musician.
Yes, sir.
And how would you like to be remembered?
I'd like you to remember me the way I've impacted on you. I can't tell you how to remember me, but the way I touched you in my time, that's how you should remember me.
Okay. Right. So, are you still performing? If they ask you to come and perform?
Yes, I am still performing, sir.
Performing.
Yes.
You still have your group with you?
I don't have a band now.
You
I
don't
have
have
to
a-
start it, yes.
You have to start it. And
Yes.
if people want to ask you to come and perform, you would.
Yes, I would put a band together. When the budget is there, you know, it costs money to put a band together.
Okay.
Yes.
And you sing? You still sing?
Yes, I still sing.
And what instrument do you play?
I play guitar now.
You play guitar now?
I play guitar, and I've got a whole album where I've just
You just play,
I'm just playing guitar,
That's
yes,
amazing.
with guests on my show.
Let's go to the movers.
Yes,
You were a singer.
yes.
Which song was famous, was well known?
I had a love of my own. She was true and so kind. I likewise was so true and so fair to her. Then something came.
Something came,
And changed their mind.
changed their mind.
That's when hell was set free.
Uh-huh.
Ever since I've been living in this hell. Hey, the Buddha chicks loved it.
Gerald, your voice hasn't changed.
It has.
What is your secret?
It has changed.
No, but for you to pitch that note at this age,
You just have to
I'm
warm
really
up.
astonished.
You have to warm up and do it
You have
right.
to-
And I'm learning to sing also as I grow older.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I used
Do
to think
are you
singing
ch-
is
do you-
you know, and I found out that singing is singing, it's not noise.
It's not noise.
No.
But you used to pitch
Yes.
high, right?
Absolutely. I used to have
A high
a
pitch.
high falsetto. I used to use that, yes.
Oh, it was falsetto, right?
Falsetto.
But people could not figure it out.
They could never,
You know,
because
they-
of the way I delivered.
Yeah.
From now I'm in my natural voice. Now I go in the falsetto. It's how you control it, how you use it.
Did you impart that to anybody?
No, it was imparted to me
To
by other musicians.
Didn't you teach people like Stopper?
No, I didn't teach.
Okay.
Bostopper, they realized that gift
Okay.
and plugged into it. And yeah, it's not that I taught them. That's why I say I want you to remember me on how I impacted on you.
Okay.
Stopper who, if he was alive, would have remembered how I impacted on him with that voice.
Let's go to Papa and Blondie.
Yes,
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about Papa,
Papa and Blondie. These are the guys who showed Americans that this is not a jungle.
Yo.
This is not a jungle.
Okay.
Yeah, Americans always say, hey, are we going to see lions in the streets of Johannesburg?
Yeah.
So we showed them, Gucci, yeah, we can take you to the lions, but we are the lions that you should fear now.
Okay.
10%.
Mhm.
Ayarabavuthuza mkhulu. Ayarabatabula. My love is free, you can get it anytime, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, those guys.
You sang those songs?
No, EMI put us on their show.
So, and
they
then?
were coming to South Africa.
And then?
We cleaned up, mkhulu.
You cleaned up.
Mkhulu. They were shocked to see an American act kind of in South Africa.
And that was in the 90s, right? Or
Yes.
80s?
And then
70s? Was it in the 70s or 80s? It should have been the 80s.
I'm sure it was the 80s.
Yeah, but the
it was the
80s,
80s.
yeah. Okay. Where was Gori Muraba at that time?
Nakori Muraba, when I met him, he was singing for my first band, the TNTs.
Okay.
When
Gori used to be in the same street with you.
Yes, He used to
Same
live in
street?
the same street with me.
Letsani, right?
Yeah, Kutlali.
Yes, yeah.
So I found him in the band, the TNT, singing there. Beautiful voice. But the band had decided to do a song called by Jimmy Smith, I've Got My Mojo Working.
Yeah.
And I think Corey couldn't tackle that song. So he decided not to come to rehearsal one night. And I was standing outside there by the window with my friends, listening to the band playing,
Yeah.
you know. And then when I saw them playing the song and starting all over again they couldn't get anywhere with it. I said, excuse me, I moved through my friends, pushed them by the door,
Yeah.
and I went inside and I said, excuse me, I can help you with this song.
That's what he said?
They burst out
They
laughing.
laugh.
They look at me because they know Corey couldn't handle it.
Yeah, and
and
you-
they are having a difficult time handling it.
Yeah.
And this little boy says he can do it.
Ah.
And they laughed. And then the drama, Tabiso Piniti,
From TNT.
from the TNTs, he said, give the light a chance, man. Hey, you don't give Michael Jackson a microphone.
You don't give Michael Jackson the microphone.
You don't ask Diana Ross.
You should
She gave him a microphone and she was chasing all over the stage to try and get the mic back. And the boy was singing and the audience was going crazy.
And you knew the lyrics of the song?
All of them. I used to write my sister's lyrics when they said, I want to do this song or something.
Yeah.
Write it. Jared Moll. And I would write it. So I knew all the songs they sang. Women's songs, men's songs.
Okay. So let's go back to Papa and Blondie. Did you guys do some recordings?
Yes, we
You
did.
and Papa?
Yes.
And Papa is your brother?
He's my brother. Yes.
Younger brother, elder brother?
Elder brother.
Elder brother.
Yes.
Okay. Does he have the same voice as yours?
No, he's got much more,
Teddy
big,
Pendergrass
much
voice?
more,
Teddy Pendergrass?
Teddy
type?
Pendergrass type of voice. Yes, yes.
Okay. So who was managing you guys?
When we went on to tour with Richard John Smith, one of South Africa's top stars, and 10%, our manager was Peter Sneeman.
Oh, Peter Snyman?
Peter
Okay.
Snyman.
When did Molotov come into the picture?
Molotov,
Molotov-
married my sister. He was,
He was not a manager?
No.
Was he just transporting you?
Yes.
He married Phyllis?
Phyllis, yes.
Okay.
Phyllis.
Was Phyllis a good singer?
Phyllis was, I can tell you that she was a good singer, not a lead singer,
Okay.
but a backing singer.
And then Pam?
Pam was a backing and lead singer.
Okay. So you had Pam, Phyllis, and who? Who were your backing vocalists?
And Brenda Fassie.
Brenda Fassie?
Yes.
You never had your niece or something? Or your nephew?
No, it was Brenda Fassie and my two sisters.
Okay.
Yes, they were the backups. They are the ones who sing on Weekend Special.
All right, okay.
And Life is Going On.
Okay. Blondie, we are going to close here, and then I want you to say something to our musicians out there and people who are listening to us. And after that, we're going to go to the second session. We're going to do another session. Yeah. What is your message to musicians in this country?
My message to musicians in this country is understand that your gift is a business. When you finish singing, that singing becomes a legal document that will allow you to earn from it, but also it invites other people to come in on your song. So music is a business, and take it as such, because your talent might just erode sometime. Your voice goes shaking. You will lose your act. If you're a guitarist, your fingers might just get tired of working. So take the business seriously, because that will be there after music.
Thank you so much, Gerard Makene, Blondie. We're going to do our part 2. And God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doctor.